Good evening, children.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, children. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, children. I'm sure you're all trying out the sums which I've shared on WhatsApp with you. Who can tell me the answer for the first one? Yeah.
15a plus 9x.
15a plus 9x.
15a plus 9x, ma'am.
Just a minute. A plus 9x. What is the common difference?
A plus x.
A plus x, ma'am.
A plus x. The common difference is a plus x. And the 11th term is 15a plus 9x. Correct. If you want the steps, please take a screenshot. If you have not done or you have not got the same answer, please take a picture. The common difference is a plus x and the 11th term. I've used a capital letter A because we have small letter a in the terms, right? 5a minus x. We already have a in the terms of the AP. So I have just to differentiate, I've used a capital letter A. Here, so actually A11 like this is equal to A plus 11 minus 1 into D. But it shouldn't be confused with this A which we already have in the terms. So I've used a capital letter. Okay. Okay, what's the next one? Question number 2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is the AP?
6, 11,
6, 11, 16, 21. 21.
I'm so happy to hear the answers from you. Yes, 6, 11, 16. Who can tell me the equations?
Ma'am,
2a
ma'am,
plus
2a plus 12d equals 72.
Yeah.
2a plus 17d equals 97.
Very good. Yes, I can see, I can hear many of you trying to say the correct answer. Very good. And the value of A?
6, ma'am.
6, ma'am.
B?
5.
5.
5, ma'am.
Very good, very good. So children, this is not to be confused with the sum to 5 terms or something. The sum of the 5th and the 9th terms. It's nothing to do with S5 or S9 here. See here, the sum of the 5th and the 9th terms. 5th term, 9th term. 5th term is A5. 9th term is A9. The sum, 5th term, 9th term. The sum of the 5th and the 9th terms is 72. So that means 5th term is A plus 4D. 9th term is A plus 8D is equal to 72. So from this you get an equation in A and D. Again, the sum of the 7th and the 12th terms. The sum of the 7th and the 12th terms. So 7th term plus the 12th term. 7th term plus the 12th term is 97. So you'll get two equations, solve the two equations to find the values of A and D. Yeah. And hence find the AP. Take a screenshot, children.
We did the fourth one, ma'am, not the third.
Fourth one, is it? You can take this question. You can just take a screenshot of this question and try this as homework. 8th term from the end. Answer we'll see in the next class. Yeah, this one. Which term of the AP?
18th term.
18th term.
18th term, ma'am.
18th term. Okay. Root 2 is the first term. 3 root 2 is the second term. 5 root 2 is the third term, and so on. What's the value of D, children?
2 root 2.
2 root 2. 3 root 2 minus root 2. 2 root 2. And what is square root of 2450 as a mixed surd?
35 root 2, ma'am.
35 root 2.
35 root 2. Very good. All right.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, Anna.
You also gave us homework last term. Last
Yeah,
class.
correct. Yes. We'll do that also. Remind me at the end of these questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Next is the 8th one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Take this question as homework. 5, 6, and 7 as homework. This is the 5th one. Sixth one. First negative term. Seven. Okay, what's the value of X?
82 1
82 1 by 2.
82, 1 by?
2.
1 by 2.
1 by 2. 82, 1 by 2. What is 660? What is the symbol associated with 660?
Yes, sir.
SN.
SN. SN is equal to 660. What's the value of D?
11 by 2.
What is the quadratic equation you've got?
N square plus n
11
minus
square
240.
Minus.
Correct. So what are the two values of N?
15
Minus
and minus
44 or
16. ma'am.
15.
Very good. See, what I have done is I've taken 11 by 2 common. We have 11 by 2 here. 2a. 2a is 2 into 11 by 2. And n minus 1 into d is also 11 by 2. See, you can do it in your, whatever you've done is should be right if you've got this equation. I'm just explaining what I have done. So 11 by 2 is common. So n by 2 is out here into 11 by 2 common. So then you'll have 2 plus n minus 1. 2 plus n minus 1 is equal to 660. Eleven by 2 common. So 2 plus n minus 1 is equal to 660. So here this is 2 minus 1 is 1. N plus 1 or 1 plus n. And here what happens? N into 11 by 4 this is numerical, right? 11 by 4. This is 11 by 4. So it becomes 4 by 11 on the other side. This 11 by 4 becomes 4 by 11 on the other side. So n into 1 plus n is equal to 660 into 4 by 11. N into 1 is n into n is n square is equal to, on simplifying this, you get 240. Quadratic equation. These are the two values of n. N cannot be negative. N cannot be negative. So the sum of the first 15 terms of the AP is 660. N is equal to 16 is not possible. This is not possible. N is equal to 16, not possible. Number of terms cannot be negative. So n is 15. N is 15. So that means the sum of the first 15 terms of the AP is 660. So that means x is the 15th term. X is the 15th term. From the first term to the 15th term, the total is 660. So that means x is a plus 14d. So find a plus 14d. You know a, you know d. Find a plus 14d. X is 82.5. So it is this common and this 11 by 4, which goes to the other side as 4 by 11. Minus 16 is not possible. Which is the next one, children?
9 to 11.
Okay. Find n if x is the nth term of the AP. See, I have not constructed the question like this. Questions will be asked like this, simple, but they'll be presented in different. The information will be presented in different ways. You need to read carefully and understand what is given. Find n if x is the nth term of the AP. So what is x here? What is x here? This is, yeah, it's given. This x is the nth term. See, it's given here. X is the nth term of the AP. So this x here is the nth term. Nth term. So an is equal to 171 by 11. So find n if x is the nth term of the AP. So x is some particular term of the AP. So find n, meaning you need to find the position of this term. What's the value of d?
10 by 11.
10 by 11.
10 by 11.
10 by 11. And which term of the AP is this?
17.
17th term.
17th. So x is the nth term. X is the nth term. So x is equal to an. And x is given. X is given 171 by 11 is equal to AN or A plus N minus 1 into D. Then substitute the values of A and D. A is 1 and D is 10 by 11. Substitute. Simplify carefully. This 1 goes to the other side as minus 1. And that becomes 160 by 11. And then this into D, 10 by 11, becomes 11 by 10 on the other side. This one on taking LCM, you get 160 by 11 is equal to this one. So N minus 1 is equal to 160 into 11 into 11 by 10. This one reciprocal. N minus 1 is equal to 160 by 11 into 11 by 10. So 11 cancels. 10 ones are 10, 16, or 0 and 0 cancels. N minus 1 is equal to 16. N is equal to 16 plus 1, 17. So find N. N is 17. Next question, children. Which is the next one?
11th one, ma'am.
Okay. The questions that come in the middle, you can take a screenshot and try it as homework, children. 11th one. The sum of the first q terms, like we say sum of the first n terms, the sum of the first q terms of an AP is given by 63q minus 3q square. See, we know that Sn, sum to n terms, is quadratic in n. The expression will be quadratic in n. So the sum to first q terms will be quadratic in q. See, Sn, if it was Sn, they'll give 63n minus 3n square. If it was a sum to the first n terms, then it will be 63n minus, 3n square. So the sum of the first q terms of an AP, so SQ, sum to the first q terms meaning symbolically SQ, is 63q minus 3q square. If its pth term is minus 60, if the pth term is minus 60, find the value of p. Also find the 11th term of this AP. So children, whenever you're given, SQ or SN, you can generate the AP itself. Whenever AN and AN or, if some term, see like ANth term, AN, SN, if information of this kind is given, you can generate the AP itself by giving values for N, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can generate the AP. Okay, let me ask you, what have you got? What have you got, children? Children? Okay.
21.
Which one? What is 21? P, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. P is 21, ma'am.
Is that Priyadarshini? 21? P 21?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Okay, and then what is A11?
A11 is 0, ma'am.
Wow, that's nice. Very good. All right, let's see how to do it. So children, the sum of the first q terms, SQ, is equal to 63q minus 3q square. So let's find S1. That will be 63 into 1 minus 3 into 1 square. So 63 minus 3, which is 60. S1 is 60. What do you understand by this? This means what, children? S1 is 60 means?
A, ma'am.
A. The sum to first term, the sum to the first one term. That means A1. The first term is 60. Next, let's find S2. S2 will be 63 into 2. Wherever there is Q, use 2. So 63 into 2 126 minus 4 3s are 12. So this is 114. Children, what is S2? Not Priyadarshini, somebody else. How do you understand S2? S2 is 114.
A1 plus A2, ma'am.
Very good, very good. That's what I wanted. S2 is equal to 114 means A1, S2, the sum to the first two terms. The sum to the first two terms. So that means A1 plus A2. S2 is not the second term. S2 is not the second term. S1 is the first term. S2 is not the second term. It's a sum of the first and the second terms. A1 plus A2 is 114. 60 plus A2 is equal to 114. So A2 is equal to 114 minus 60. A2 is equal to, how much is this? 54, huh? 54. A2 is 54. See, all we want is the first term and the common difference. Whenever you're given SQ, SN, SP, AN, AP, AQ, you can generate the AP by giving values 1, 2, 3 and all that. 1 and 2 will do. You don't need 3. 1 and 2 will do. Find S1, S2 or A1, A2. That's it. When AN is given, A1, A2 directly you will get. Supposing you're given AN, you will find A1 and A2 straight away. The first term and the second term. When SN is given, you will find S1 and S2. S1 is the first term, but S2 is the first term plus the second term. So like this, children, first you cannot work with this. You have to first use this information and generate the AP. You have to generate the AP. See, because we are given SQ. SQ is equal to 63Q minus 3Q square. This is sufficient for us to generate the AP. Do that first. Now we found the first term and the second term. Go ahead to find the common difference. We found that the first term is 60 and the second term A1 is 60, A2 we got 54. So the common difference is 54 minus 60, which is minus 6. After finding A1 and A2, you should find the common difference. A2 minus A1, not A1 minus A2. Don't think you should get a positive difference. The difference can be positive, negative, or 0. The difference is minus 6. Now the pth term. Now the pth term. The pth term is written like this is equal to minus 60. So A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to minus 60. A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to minus 60. So you now know the value. You know the value of A, you know the value of D. So you can find the value of P. So find the value of P and then find the 11th term. A11. Be careful here. When you have S2, immediately change it to A1 plus A2. S2 means A1 plus A2. We don't want S2, S3. We want A1, A2, A3. We don't want S2, S3, S4. We want A1, A2, A3, A4. So S2 means A1 plus A2 is equal to A1 we know 60. So we find A2. We want A1 and A2. The common difference is A2 minus A1, 54 minus 60, which is minus 6. Now it's given that the pth term is minus 60. A plus P minus 1 into D is minus 60. So work and get the value of P and find the 11th term, A plus 10B. Take a screenshot, children. Be careful. See, when you're given AN, when you are given AN, supposing AN is 7n plus 5, supposing AN is 7n plus 5. So A1 will be 7 into 1 plus 5. 7 into 1, 7 plus 5, 12. A2. A2 is 7 into 2, 14. 14 plus 5. 14 plus 5 is 19. So when AN is given, in fact, if AP is also given, whatever, if AP is given, it will be 7P plus 5. So instead of P, use 1. Instead of P, use 1 and find A1. Instead of P, use 2 and find A2. And this is A1, A2. Directly first term, second term. So common difference will be 19 minus 12, which is 7. The common difference is 7. When Sn is given, Sn is equal to, so here SQ is equal to 63Q minus 3Q square. You will be finding S1 and S2. S1 is straight away A1, but S2 is A1 plus A2. So substitute the value of A1 and find A2. Next, children.
Can you put the question of 10th one again?
Arna?
Can you please show the question of 10th one again, ma'am? I didn't copy it that time.
Oh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Is this the next one, the 12th one? Please help me with the question, children. Which is the next one?
12 sum only.
So this
12.
12. Okay.
ma'am n is equal to 14.
So here what do we have? The sum of the first m terms of an AP. See here, sum of the first m terms of an AP is given. If its nth term is 107, find the value of n. Oh, it's very similar to the earlier question. Very similar to the earlier one. Yes, Tirunesh, what is the value of n?
14, ma'am.
14. And the 21st term?
163, ma'am.
107.
N is 14, correct? 821. Tirunesh said 1.
163, ma'am.
Okay. 163. Okay. Another. I heard something else.
Ma'am, 107, ma'am.
Priyadarshini says 107. Priyadarshini, what's your
Yes,
value of n? N.
N 14, ma'am.
What is the value of A?
A is 3, ma'am.
D?
D 8, ma'am.
Then please check A21.
Ma'am, it's 163
Yes,
only, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, 163, ma'am.
Yeah, 163. N is 14. A21 is 163. Very similar to the earlier one, children. Take a screenshot. Find the sum of all 3-digit numbers that leave remainder 3 when divided by 15. Children, first generate the AP of all 3-digit numbers that are divisible by 15. Tell me that list first. Forget remainder 3, the 13. We'll first generate the list of numbers, the sequence of numbers or the AP of 3-digit numbers that are exactly divisible by 15. Tell me that AP first.
103, 118, 133. 103, ma'am.
No, I want the AP of all the 3-digit numbers divisible by 15. How 103?
That leaves remainder 13, no, ma'am.
No, Arnav, I'm asking the AP of all 3-digit numbers that are exactly divisible by 15.
Oh. 105, 110, 120.
5, 120, 130.
35, 150.
So on till? So on till?
990.
Okay. Just take one number ahead of this also. After this, you don't have to take because that will be a 4-digit number. Just take one number before the first 3-digit number. Take the previous one, 90. Now add 15, add the remainder, add 13. See, 90 is exactly, okay, it's a 2-digit number, children, I understand. It's a 2-digit number. But just listen, 90 is exactly divisible by 15. 90 plus 13, 103. When you divide 103 by 15, it will leave remainder 13 plus 13. Let me write it again. Sorry, 13. Let me make it more clear, children. 1 minute. Add 13 to all the numbers, children. Let me show it like this. Add the remainder. Now, 90, 105, or let me start from 105. 105, 120, 135, so on up to 990. These are 3-digit numbers that are exactly divisible by 15. Add the remainder to these numbers. Add the remainder to these numbers. So 105 plus 13, what is it? 118, 118. 118 is a 3-digit number that leaves remainder 13 when divided by 15. Because 105 is exactly divisible. If you add 13 to that 118, when you divide this by 15, it will leave remainder 13. Similarly, 133 will leave because 120 is exactly divisible by 15. When you add 13, we get 133. So 133 is not divisible by 15. It will leave remainder 13 when divided by 15. 135 is exactly divisible by 15. But 135 plus 13, 148 is not exactly divisible by 15. It will leave remainder 13 when divided by 15. 988. and 1003. 1003. 1003 is a 4-digit number. Leave that. And here we are not sure if this is the first 3-digit number. So we'll just make use of the previous number 90. 90 plus 13 is 103. Oh yeah, 103 is a 3-digit number. 90 fine. But 100 plus 13, when you add 13 to 90, 90, you get 103. And this is a 3-digit number. See here, 103, let's divide 103 by 15. 15, 6, 90. And 13 is the remainder. So 103 is a 3-digit number that leaves remainder 13 when divided by 15. So the AP of all 3-digit numbers that leave remainder 13 when divided by 15 are 103, 118, 133, 148, so on up to 988. So how did we generate this? First, we generate the AP of 3-digit numbers divisible by 15. Divisible by 15. Let's say you did not take 90. Don't worry about 90 now. Write 105, 120, 135, so until 990. Now to these numbers, add the remainder 13. Add the remainder 13. 105 plus 13, 120 plus 13, 135 plus 13, 990 plus 13. So these are the new numbers we get. Upon adding 13, we get these new numbers. 118. Okay, see this one, don't get confused with this. We'll come to this later. So we get 118, 133, 148, 988, and 1003. 1003 is a 4-digit number. So leave, cross it. That will not come in the AP because we want only 3-digit numbers. Now the thing is we need to, so we know that this is the last 3-digit number that leaves remainder 13 when divided by 15, because after this is 1003, which is a 4-digit number. You need to check the first number also. Last one, we are sure this is the last one. What about the first one? 118. So go back, 105, take the previous number 90, add 13 is 103. Is a 3-digit number that leaves remainder 13 when divided by 15. So you should take this also. So the AP starts from 103, not 118, 103. This is the AP. Now you must find the sum. Find the sum of all these numbers. So then this procedure, you know, you'll have to go to 988 and find its position. An is equal to 988. Find the value of n. Supposing you get some 45 or something, then you should find S45. 45 by 2 of the, I'm just saying for example 45. So 45 by 2 of the first term plus the last term, 103 plus 988. Just write 90 and cross it. Because it's not a 3-digit number. Just write 90 but cross it like this. So first AP of all 3-digit numbers divisible by 15. Add 13 to those numbers. Maybe you can write 1003 and cross it out. Fine, children? Any questions?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Show that a minus b the whole square, a square plus b square, and a plus b the whole square are in AP. So if the difference between a term and its preceding term is a constant, then the terms are in AP. So find the second term minus the first term, then the third term minus the second term. Find what is the second term minus the first term. Find what is this third term minus second term. If you get the same answer for both, that means there is a common difference. The difference is common. And then the three terms are in AP. Work?
It is in AP, ma'am.
What is the common difference?
2 AB, ma'am.
2AB. Here it is not common difference. It is difference here, not common difference. Here it is only difference. So it will be a square minus, in the bracket you will get a square minus 2ab plus b square. When you remove the bracket, minus a square plus 2ab minus b square. So the difference is 2ab. So a3, this is how we present it. A3 minus a2 is the same as a2 minus a1. So the terms are in AP. You can use a capital letter, children, to differentiate. We already have A in the question. You can find A like this. A3 minus A2, A2 minus A1. Because there's already an A in the question. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. the production of TV in a factory increases uniformly by a fixed number every year. Every year, it increases by a fixed number. So supposing this year 100 televisions, and every year it increases by 10. So this year 100 televisions, next year 110, the year after that 120, after that 130. So the production of TV in a factory increases uniformly by a fixed number every year. It produced 8,000 televisions in the 6th year and 11,300 televisions in the 9th year. Find the production of TVs in the 1st year, in the 8th year, and in 6 years. So you need to understand what is now, that is, if the production of TV in a particular year is a term, or what else it could mean, is what you need to understand. Now this company, the company produces televisions, and every year the production increases by a fixed value. So production of TV in the 1st year, production of TV in the 1st year, production of TVs in the 1st year is one term, 2nd year is a term, 3rd year is a term, 4th year is a term, 5th year is a term, and so on. Production of TVs in the 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd, in the 1st year, in the 2nd year is only during the 2nd year. In the 3rd year, so like the 1st year it produces 100, 2nd year 100 plus 10, 110, 3rd year 120, then 130, then 140. So this 100 is the production in the 1st year, 110 is the production in the 2nd year. The production in 2 years is 210. The production in 2 years is 210, 100 plus 100, 110. Now see, 140 is the production during the 5th year. 140 is the production during the 5th year. But the production in 5 years, the production in 5 years will be 100 plus 110 plus 120 plus 130 plus 140. So the production in 5 years is S5. The production in 5 years is S5. The production during a particular year, how many televisions were produced in the 20th year, A20? In the 20th year, in that particular year, how many televisions were produced? A20. How many televisions were produced in 20 years? In 20 years, S20. While A20 refers to the production during the 20th year, S20 refers to the production in 20 years. A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 till A20, 20 years production. It produced 8,000 TVs in the 6th year, only that year, in the 6th year. So A6 is 8,000. In the 6th year, only in that year, it produced 8,000 televisions. So A6 is 8,000. Just a second, children. So children, the production in the sixth year, so that is A6, that particular year is 8,000. So that means A plus 5D is equal to 8,000. Then the production in the ninth year, not in 9 years, not in 9 years, in the ninth year. So A9 is 11,300, which means A plus 8D is equal to 11,300. So here we have two equations in A and D. We need to solve the two equations and find the values of A and D. So A will be the production in the first year. The value of A will be the production in the first year. In the 8th year, you should find A8. And in 6 years, what should you find?
Sum
Symbolically, tell me, sum
S6.
S6. Very good. Well, just now, children, please write the question. Please understand and work, children. I'm right here. Just put myself on mute.
Ma'am, completed, ma'am.
All right. This is the next question. A sum of rupees 5,000 is invested at 10% simple interest per annum. 5,000, 10% simple interest. Find the interest at the end of each year. Meaning we need to find the interest at the end of the first year, end of the second year, end of the third year. Do these interests form an AP? That we need to check. If so, if the interests form an AP, find the interest at the end of 30 years, making use of this fact. Okay, so let's find the simple interest at the end of the first year. We'll find the simple interest at the end of the first year. Simple interest, we know the formula PTR by 100 or PNR by 100 as you call it. So I say PTR by 100. Principal into time into rate by 100. Okay, so so simple interest for at the end of the first year, SI1 will be equal to principal 5,000 into time, PT time 1 year into rate 10% by 100 by 100. So two zeros cancel and you get rupees 500. Now we'll find SI2. That is, you see, we need to find the interest at the end of each year. That is at the end of the first year, at the end of the second year, at the end of the third year. So this is the interest at the end of the first year. Now let's find the interest at the end of the second year. Interest at the end of the second year. Principal into time into rate by 100. So what remains the same? Principal is 500 because it's simple interest. Same money 5,000. Rate 10%. Time 2 years by 100. Why 2? Because at the end
D
of
is equal to 500.
okay, please wait. So it's rupees 1,000. Now, children, what do we understand by 1,000? Is it the interest that you're getting for the second year or for 2 years? Tell me that.
Ma'am, for 2 years, ma'am.
Is 1,000 rupees the interest is 1,000 rupees the interest you're getting for 2 years? For 2 years or for the second year?
For 2 years.
For 2 years.
For 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Supposing the bank gives interest at simple interest, pays you, gives interest on your money on simple interest. So you deposit 5,000 rupees in the bank. If you go to the banker at the end of 2 years, he will return your 5,000, the principal money, and give you an additional 1,000 rupees as interest for 2 years. For 2 years, totally. Now, when we find SI3, principal into time, 3 years, into rate, same thing, by 100, PTR by 100. So if you keep the money in the bank for 3 years, you keep 5,000 in the bank for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, you go to the banker to collect your money. He will return your 5,000, which is the principal money, 5,000, and he's used your money for 3 years. The banker has used your money for 3 years. So he will pay you what is called interest for using your money. And the interest which he will be giving you for all the 3 years is 1,500. Not that's not for the third year. 1,500 is the collective interest for 3 years. Okay, so we are answering the question, children. Fine. 1 second. Find the interest at the end of each year. So we found the interest
Each
at the
year
end.
500, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Shakti. Please wait. So we found SI1 interest at the end of the first year, second year, and third year. Now find the interest at the end of each year. Each year we found. Do these interests form an AP? 500,000, 1,500. Yes, it forms an AP. These numbers do form an AP. Find the interest at the end of 30 years making use of this fact. Children, do the interest form an AP?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the common difference?
500, ma'am.
500. Now answer this question. Find the interest at the end of 30 years making use of this fact. S30, A30. S30 or A30, children?
S30.
S30, ma'am.
S30 or A30? So that means we have not understood this formula. See, like it is this one. The interest is fixed, 500 rupees. It's fixed. For 1 year means into 500. For 2 years into 2,000. For 3 years into 3,500. So for 30 years, the interest will be 500 into 30. Principal, see, it's like this. You should find 10%. The interest is 10%, right? So 10% of 5,000. 10% of 5,000 is interest. 10%, that's what you see here, 10%, 10 by 100 of 5,000. See here, 10% of 5,000. Can you see 10% of 5,000 here? 10% of 5,000. When you multiply by 1, you'll get for 1 year. Into 2 for 2 years. Into 3 for 3 years. Do we understand how the formula works? So if you find, you should find A30, not S30. You must find A30. A30 meaning SI, the 30th term. PTR by 100. Principal 5,000 into year 30 time 30 into 10 by 100. Will give you the interest for. How did we understand when you went to the banker at the end of 3 years? Did he give you this as interest? 500 plus 1,000 plus 1,500? No. When you went to the banker at the end of 3 years, he returned your 5,000, and then did he give you this interest? 5,000, 1,000 and 5,500 all together? No. He'll give you only 1,500, which is interest for 3 years. This is how the formula works, children. 10% of 5,000 is the interest for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, into 4. This is what is P, principal, into time, into rate, by 100. So you're multiplying by 2, so you got the interest for 2 years. Into 3 for 3 years interest, into 4 years interest. So when you find PTR by 100 and you substitute 5,000 into 30 years into rate 10 by 100, you have calculated the interest for 30 years. You have calculated the interest for 30 years, not for the 30th year. You have calculated the interest for 30 years, not for the 30th year. So the interest at the end of 30 years is A30 and not S30. Please write the question and work down. Sorry, work out.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
if we had to find S30, then what should be the question?
No, nothing here. S30 is meaningless here in this situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. S30 is meaningless here. When we find the interest for, when we find, when we using this formula, when you take time as 30, you're already getting there, the interest for all the 30 years. So when we use a simple interest formula, there's only A1, A2, A3, and so on. S2, S3, S4 does not make any sense here. Same thing you will get using the formula. Formula when you do PTR by 100, principal 5,000 into time 30 years into rate 10% by 100. When you work this, you'll get the same answer, rupees 15,000. That we're doing using AP, A30. Interest at the end of 30 years. So that means you deposit 5,000 and you know, after 30 years, you go to the bank to collect your money. You deposit 5,000 rupees and you go to the bank after 30 years to collect your money. The banker will give you your principal money of 5,000 plus the interest for 30 years, 15,000. Because every year interest is 500. For 1 year, 500. For 2 years, 1,000. For 3 years, interest is 1,500. Like that, for 30 years, the interest is 15,000. For all the 30 years, the interest is 15,000. He'll give you 15,000 and your 5,000, 20,000. All right, children, since it's time, you can take a screenshot and complete it later. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. How quickly? See, late. Yes. Nishita, are you there? Priya, Darshani, Shakti, and Shivani.
Ma'am, I'm there, ma'am.
Okay. Nishita. Priya. Okay, so we have Nishita and Priya having dinner. Okay, so Shivani. Okay, Priya is there.
Ma'am, I'm here only, ma'am. Sorry for me.
Okay, so we have Nishita, Priya, Shivani, Priyadarshini, Shakti, Rakshan, Lakshita, Nivedita, Hariharan, Balahari, Srinivasan, Sudarshan, Shriya, Akshayram, Shruti, Muttuvel, Anish, Arshita, Tirunesh, Nafi and Arnav. All right, children. Thank you so much for staying till the end. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Good night.